Welcome to episode 94 of EDH Commander Challenge. I'm your host, BT. Now before we get started, a quick shout out to our newest patron pledge hammer, Hexproof Anarchist. One of the coolest things that Hex told me in the comments once was that he's learned a lot from our videos and he's applied some new cards and some new ideas to some of his decks based on what he's seen us do in our episodes. Now, we enjoy doing this every single week with you guys because it's a lot of fun, and as you know, we love Commander. But it's also an honor and makes us so proud to know that some of you may actually be taking what you see in our episodes and applying it to what you do in your matches. So game on to all of you. And on behalf of all of our members here in the channel and myself, Hex, thank you so much for the support. Today's episode is dedicated to you. Now, as you guys know, we're just over 1 month away from the first official day of summer. Actually, going to be nice and warm here in Montreal this coming Monday, where it's going to be 22 degrees out. If you were all in the neighborhood, I'd bust out my barbecue set and invite you over for the first ever EDH Barbecue Commander Challenge, where you'd have your fair share of Magic games. We'd sit down together and have some delicious chicken, steak. I'm making myself hungry by saying this. Maybe some salad, who knows? But it would be a lot of fun. Maybe I'll do that one day if we end up getting enough subscribers and enough people who want to visit. And as the temperatures are getting red hot outside, we're going to have a mono-red matchup featuring the two generals that myself and Mr. Gemi think are the respectively best from the latest set, War of the Spark. So get ready. Let's go look at those opening hands. I am playing my Potbelly Pig god, known as Ilharg the Raze-Boar. My opening hand consists of Dragon Mage, Anger, Aggravated Assault, Wayfarer's Bauble, and 3 mountains. While Mr. Gemi is playing his Neheb Dreadhorde champion, and his opening hand consists of Desperate Ritual, Sarkhan's Triumph, Loxodon Warhammer, Crystal Ball, 2 mountains, and a Reliquary Tower. Gemi won the dice roll, so he'll be starting us off. Let's go! Gemi plays a mountain and passes. I do the same and cast Wayfarer's Bauble, passing. Gemi plays a mountain and casts Desperate Ritual. He uses the mana to cast Sarkhan's Triumph. This allows him to add a Hellkite Charger from his deck to his hand before passing the turn. I play a mountain and cast Vessel of Volatility and pass. Gemi plays a Reliquary Tower and casts Fire Diamond and passes. I play a mana and sack my vessel for 4, giving me a grand total of 5 by tapping out to bring up my Potbelly Pig, known as...
They call me Mr. Pig!
And pass. Gemi plays a mountain and casts his Neheb Dreadhorde champion and passes. I also play a mountain and cast Ruby Medallion, followed by Aggravated Assault. Then I attack Gemi with Mr. Pig and drop Dragon Mage into the fight as well. Gemi resolves to take all 11 damage. My mage triggers, and we both discard our hands and draw a fresh 7 new cards before I pass. The Dragon Mage returns to my hand, and I discard down to 7. Gemi plays a mountain and attacks me with Neheb for 5 damage. With its trigger, he discards his entire 7 cards in hand to gain 7 mana and draws a fresh new 7 cards. He immediately uses 3 of it to flash back Seize the Day from his graveyard, aka Carpe Diem. He decides to move right away into his second combat phase and attacks me again with Neheb, putting me up to 10 commander damage. His Neheb triggers yet again, and again he discards 7 cards to draw 7 more cards, and brings his current mana total available up to 11. Which is pretty much making me sweat like a pig over here. Sorry, Mr. Pig, I apologize. In Gemi's second main phase, he uses 7 of his available mana to cast Meteor Golem, which he uses to kill Mr. Pig. Next, he casts Felden of the Third Path. And finally, Hammer of Perforos, giving his creatures haste before passing. For my turn, I play a mountain and cast Mana Crypt. Then, I recast Mr. Pig. Thankfully, I have haste as I control a mountain, and anger is in my graveyard thanks to Dragon Maze discarding it from my hand earlier. So I attack Gemi with Mr. Pig and drop in Balefire Dragon to join the fight. However, I made the cardinal mistake of not checking Gemi's graveyard before attacking. So Gemi uses Felden to make an artifact copy of Dragon Tyrant that's in his graveyard, and he uses it to block and kill my Balefire Dragon while having his Golem block Mr. Pig. As a result, Gemi takes 3 damage total, and in my second main phase, I cast Lightning Bolt to kill Felden before passing the turn. Gemi casts Psychosis Crawler, which is currently a 4/4 as Gemi has 4 cards in his hand. Gemi then attacks me with both of his creatures, dealing me 9. Then Gemi discards all 4 cards in his hand to Neheb's trigger, drawing 4 cards and gaining 4 mana, which also in turn triggers his Crawler 4 times, dealing me an additional 4 damage. In his second main phase, Gemi uses the 4 mana to cast Library of Lang and Whisper Silk Cloak before passing. For my turn, Gemi incorrectly calls odds instead of evens, so I don't take any damage from Mana Crypt. I play a mountain and move to combat and attack Gemi with Mr. Pig, dropping in Angrath Marauders. With this in play, it doubles damage from my permanents, causing Mr. Pig to deal lethal commander damage to Gemi, ending the game and giving me the win. Hakuna Matata. Gemi's MVP this game was Seize the Day. It helped him get a massive mana and permanent lead, and if he had enough mana to cast it from his hand first before flashing it back, he could have very well won the game. Or if he had drawn other cards like, say, World at War, Relentless Assault, or his own copy of Aggravated Assault. For myself, it's gotta be Mana Crypt. I top decked that card on turn 5, and without that extra 2 mana, I wouldn't have had the reserves to be able to recast Mr. Pig and play Lightning Bolt in the same turn to get rid of Felden. If Felden had remained in the field for even 1 more turn, it would have spelt the end for me. Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments down below. A special thanks to our latest patron pledge hammer, Hexproof Anarchist. Thank you so much for your support. And for anybody else that enjoys what we do and wants to further support the channel, consider becoming a patron. There'll be some awesome bonuses just for you, and it helps out the channel at the same time. There'll be a link in the description below and at the end of the video. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you're a fan of EDH gameplay and you like whether it be 1v1 or multiplayer and you want to be part of the ever-growing Commander Challenge family, just make sure you smash the subscribe button and notification bell down below. We do weekly videos. Don't forget as well to like, comment, share our videos, but most importantly, enjoy them. On behalf of all of our members here, I'm your host, BT. Feel free to check out all of the videos in the channel, join our game. It's now your turn. Cheers!